Woo! What is up, everybody? We are back with another episode of Shannon The Slayer, and I am so excited about today's episode. First of all, it's going to be super quick because I got a lot of shit to do today. And I just thought that this was very important because as I was weed whacking today, because, the weeds this time of year go out of control and you just got to maintain them because otherwise you're going to have a jungle outside of your house if you live in Florida, which, I do. So, got to take care of that, if you know what I mean. So, as I was doing my weed whacking thing and, I got cleaned up because good God, it is horrible doing the yard work. That's why I like to do it in the morning because it's like, the sun's not as intense and like, if you know, you know. I don't got to tell you. But yes, I wanted to hop on here because I was like, you know what? There's something about showing up that is so important, yet a lot of us might not show up. We might think that we're going to do it later or I just don't feel like it today, so I'm going to push it off. But if you show up versus pushing everything aside, you're going to have more opportunities. And don't get me wrong. I think that we are allowed to take some time off and regroup and reprocess, and you should, because your mentality is way more important than just go, 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 getting it all done. If you need a break, take the break. Please take the break. Like in one of my previous episodes, I told you that I was having a blue day. Like I was down and the littlest things were just like huge to me and they weren't, but I needed time to process because in my busy go, go, go life, trying to create this and do that, and which, by the way, big things are coming, my friends. So if you have not already done so, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and also sign up for my email list. I haven't gotten it all set up yet, but when I do, I'm going to be sending out email once a week, possibly. I'm gonna dip my toes. I'm gonna try to get it going, but just be there because good things are coming, and I want you to have first access to it whenever it comes along. So be sure to do that. But first, subscribe here because this is where magic happens, my friends, as you know. No, no, no. Anyway, going back to what I was saying is you have to show up, especially if you're in a good space, right? And you're not just, okay, there's like a fine line, right? So if you're feeling down in the dumps and you're up on this emotional level to where, and emotional is a funny word, right? Like describe emotional. What makes us emotional? Forget that. Just go on your feelings. Like, are you just being a little lazy for the day and you don't want to do something? Or are you truly in a not great mindset? You're not in a good headspace. Is that the thing? Because if it's one or the other, I totally understand. And I want you to focus on taking the time for yourself if you're in the blue state. However, if you're just being a little lazy, I want to whip your butt into gear and tell you to get on it. Because say you get an opportunity to do an audition and you're like, oh yeah, I'll just do it tomorrow, or I don't know, I might let that one pass or something like that. Well, if you let it pass, you automatically know that you're not going to get the part, right? Whether it's voiceover, acting, you're just not going to get it because they don't know you exist in that moment. They don't know what you could bring to the table in that audition. And okay, say, I don't want to do this audition. Why? Why don't you? And yeah, you might think that, Shannon, I'm not what they're looking for. I can tell you right now, I don't fit the specs and this, that, and the other. hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let me tell you something. Okay, so I actually did not submit to a few auditions, and I'm very fortunate to have somebody who was like, why did you not submit, Shannon? Like, I would love to see you submit. And I was like, but I don't fit the role. I don't fit it. Like I don't think I do. And she says, trust me, just submit. We'll let them decide what they want in the end, because half of the time they don't know what they want until they see it. And things have changed. Even if you don't fit the specs, guess what? Sometimes if they see you doing whatever fun, quirky, putting yourself into it, whatever that is. I'm the quirky one. I'm not saying you're quirky too, but whatever you are, and you you just do it and you show up and do the work. You never know. You never ever know, because there have been times where the whole character has been changed to go for somebody who did not fit the original specs. And I actually booked those 2 roles that I was going to pass up because I did not feel like I fit the specs. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you have to just try. You have to go for it. And, you might think that you're not right for it. And I totally understand. Like, I'm calling myself out. I did that. And it's hard to submit for something that you don't feel like you're right for, right? It's hard because, well, why would I show up for something if you don't want me, for starters? Logically, that makes sense. So I understand where you're coming from. But I just wanted to throw that in there, because if I didn't show up and if I didn't submit, I would have never booked those 2 roles. And they were great roles, great opportunities. I just would have let flutter by, go in the wind. So showing up is everything, even when you think you're not meant for it. Just see what happens. You never know what will happen. Just see what happens. And there's actually, I'm sure you've heard this before, 80% of success is showing up. 80% of success is showing up. Woody Allen says that. And it is so true. And when you approach something with enthusiasm and you just let go and say, okay, we're going to see what happens here, magic can happen. And that's exactly what I did for those 2 roles that I was telling you about that I wasn't going to audition for. I just said, okay, sure. Why not? I'll submit. Let's see what happens. Voila, I got booked. It's insane, but just show up. Okay. That's all I want to tell you today. And, even if it's just like going to a party or a get together, if you say you're going to go, just go. Unless you get sick or something, don't spread that gift around to everybody. We understand, but just go, have fun, meet new people, because you never know who you're going to meet and what that will turn into in the future. It could be you're working on set together, you're creating something together. There's so much. There's so much that will happen if you just show up. So, with that said, I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes, as promised, short, sweet, to the point. And I hope you have an awesome day ahead. Enjoy your weekend. Keep being absolutely phenomenal, true to yourself, and just keep being amazing, because you are amazing, my friend. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the things, share this episode with a friend, because the more people that we get this out to, the more the algorithms will, help others find our super special show, and we can just be in this together, because that's where the magic happens. The dream team. We are the dream team, my friend. Now get out there, go make shit happen, show up, have fun, and keep smiling and keep slaying. Until next time.